Hello, I'm at Euston, at the far end, platform 16. It's a Friday afternoon, and there's a strange old familiar friendly face here on platform 16. If I move the camera around, we've got ourselves a classic intercity swallow liveried train. What on earth is going on here?
What's going on is that rail tour company Locomotive Services have started a Friday-only charter train service on the West Coast Main Line, and it has intercity branding. The train is made up of 6 former Greater Anglia Mark III first-class coaches, topped and towed by a Class 87 locomotive at the front and a Class 82 driving van trailer at the rear. The Class 87s began life performing on the West Coast Main Line, so it's an absolute nostalgic treat for those who remember that. There's actually 2 services that run. First, a southbound journey between Crewe and London with no intermediate stops, and then a trip north from Euston all the way to Manchester Piccadilly, with several stops along the way.
Train's leaving in 4 minutes. The greatest thing, which we do need to recognise, is the fact that you can, of course, turn the handle. Oh, it's so good. Slam the door. Oh, it's so good. And slide the window. We're back to slidey windows, slammy doors, and I love it.
It costs £75 for the first class only single flat fare with no railcard discount. You can buy in advance from the website or just as a walk-up fare on the day on the train. There is a buffet car on board, as we'll see in a moment, and you'll be travelling at 110 miles an hour. But the journey time all the way to Manchester is over 3.5 hours because it goes via Birmingham, making stops along the way. Oh, and on board, I bump into a familiar face.
I will take you around the train in a minute. I just need to tease slightly that my travelling companion, quite by chance, happens to be Mr. Paul Lucas, otherwise known as Paul Winging It. And we didn't realise we were going to be on the same train, did we? No, we did a little bit.
Happy coincidence.
There we go.
Maybe.
So we'll be chatting to Paul in a bit.
The spacious and open ambience of these carriages are really nice, with lovely comfortable seating. And there's tables, either for 2 people or for 4, which, crucially, line up with the windows.
I've come down into one of the carriages and met, this is Max, right?
Yeah.
Hello, good afternoon. Have you ever ridden a rake of carriages pulled by a Class 87 before? I hope you don't mind, you don't look old enough to remember when this was the staple of the West Coast Main Line.
I'm not sure I have.
Okay, all right.
Actually.
All right.
But, so, first time.
All right, and it's nice, right?
It's very nice. It's very smooth.
Extremely smooth.
Extremely smooth. And it's nice riding on something that isn't an EMU or a DMU. It's so quiet here at the back of the train.
You elected to sit in the quiet part of the train. Just had our tickets checked by the lovely stewards. Max over there is surreptitiously trying to lean with his elbow on the window, so this brings me to an essential thing we must do, of course, is to acknowledge that these seats are really superior. You could definitely get very comfortable with one of these. You could lie back. I could definitely nod off. I'm worried though, I don't think, Max, how are you finding the elbow? It's not gonna, so you can't do that, but you can just do that. So to sleep, it's an arms folded, head back thing. But you said about the number of seats in the carriage. Max, do you want to count how many seats there are in the carriage? I'm just going to send Max off just while I have a snooze. Have a quick count. You're going to walk down the train, Max. There he goes. He's gone right down. Look, he's doing
58.
58? What, 6 times 58? Quick!
A big number.
All of the internet are shouting the maths right now.
You're going to try it.
That's about, it's 300 and something, isn't it?
I find maths to be very thirsty work, so it's time to go and get a drink from the walk-up buffet.
It's still my favourite thing. I love walking up to a buffet on a train. Hello.
Hello.
Do you want, Paul's on camera, do you want a cup of tea? You want to get a beer, don't you?
Yeah, go on, get us a beer.
It's okay, you're over 18. You can have another
I'm over 18. Why not? Let's have a beer.
Can I see your ID? Paul, what beer would you like?
I'll get the Spitfire, please.
And I'll just take just decaf coffee.
Coffee in hand, it was time to talk to Paul and ask him, why is he here?
Why am I here?
Yeah.
I'm here because this is the train of my childhood.
There we go.
This is a classic Class 87 at the front. We got some Mark III carriages. The only thing that's different about this train is that it's very clean. I don't remember it being this clean when I was 15.
You grew up on the West Coast Main Line?
I did, yeah. So I was born at Northwick Park, the very southern end.
Okay.
Then I lived in Wealdstone.
Could you hear the rattle of the trains in your back garden if you're out on the swing set?
Not quite. We barely had a garden when I was in Wealdstone, but I used to be terrified.
From your bedroom window then, could you hear the trains?
I could hear them.
Yeah, okay.
But I used to be terrified of these trains going through the platform at Harrow Wealdstone before they had the the fence up between the fast lines and the slow lines.
Right, yeah.
And apparently I used to hide in the waiting room whenever one of these came past at 110 miles an hour. But
And what we've got here are 6 carriages, Mark III's, is that right?
that's right.
That have come over from the old Greater Anglia intercity sets. But what do you think they've upgraded the seat? It's nice, isn't it?
It's a nice seat. The Mark III seats, especially in first class, a real classic recliner. You can slide
let's
right
just do,
back.
Let's just let's do the rest of the interview like this.
It's not my most flattering angle.
No, not mine. Paul, slide down. So yeah, you could have a snooze on these trains, right?
You could definitely have a snooze.
That's out. We may see Paul again. I may employ him as a random cameraman, or just or just waving in the background. Right, I'm going to go and have an explore the rest of the train. Paul just went off camera. Do you want to know an interesting fact about International? Yes, I do.
My little fact about Birmingham International Station is it's called Birmingham International, but the airport is not called Birmingham International Airport. It's just Birmingham Airport these days.
You see what he did? He got an aeroplane fact into my train video.
Why not?
How very dare you? There we go. Lights on. Slidey windows. I'm just here to do this, just because I can.
Let's see what he wants.
Another quick interview time. Mark. Hello.
Hi.
Mark Thomas, right?
Yeah,
Isn't that the name of a famous comedian called Mark Thomas?
the Mark Thomas comedy product
That's
a long time ago.
That's not you.
No, absolutely not.
You are instead. You're the train manager.
I'm the train manager for the Friday Charter.
And it's called the Friday Charter. We've got
It
the
is
We've
indeed.
got the little. May I? We've got the little folder here. Now I thought it was just running for 3 or 4 weeks, but we've had the news this week that it's been extended.
Indeed. So the initial trial was for 4 weeks, and we're delighted that following that trial to be able to extend it right through every Friday till the 9th of December.
Okay. Now the other thing is that you've been telling me that it's been growing in popularity because you've been putting out social media tweets and stuff.
Yeah, I mean every week we've run. This is week 4. We're seeing increase in numbers, and today I'm carrying more passengers out of Euston today than we've done so far.
So this is your busiest one yet.
Yeah, I mean, as you'd expect, the trend is upwards as the word gets out.
Okay, and you're saying that as we stop at sort of Crewe, maybe we're stopping at Stafford as well, maybe?
Yeah, we do.
More pickups will be getting on.
Yeah,
at
we
those points.
do have some part fares from our intermediate stops going north. So Birmingham New Street now, Wolverhampton, Stafford, Crewe, Wilmslow.
Okay, so the obvious but somewhat cheeky question is, what is the longevity of a service like this? Is there a notion to maybe make it a full-time thing, or expand from Fridays to more than one day?
At the moment, we're committed to going through to the end of December. There could be the possibility of a Monday, but at the moment, we're running the Friday train through to the 9th of December.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Welcome on board.
It's great.
And how do you find our amazing rolling stock?
Yeah, I've been chatting to my friend Paul, and these are seats that you can fall asleep in. It reminds me of a time when trains across the country had more comfortable seats.
If you're leaving us here, please ensure that you have all of your personal possessions with you. Once the train has come to a complete stand at Birmingham New Street and the
Door and lock sign above the door is illuminated. Please then and only then lower the drop window.
and reach for the external handle to open the door.
We made it to New Street. You right? All right there. 1922 at New Street, on time. Still loving the slammy door. So good.
Paul and I got chatting about the nostalgic time of the railways, and I then found another passenger on board with similar thoughts.
Well, I think it is important that the railway is there to promote social mobility and to promote movement of people. And we seem to be now building trains where seats don't line up with windows, and all we're focused on is get as many people in as possible. We seem to have lost sort of the joy and the comfort of travelling by train. Which obviously will put people off in the long term of travelling on the railway, and I think that's a real shame. And when you come on here, all the seats line up with the windows, and I just think this is exactly what train travel should be like. And if it was more like this on your day-to-day commute, I think you would find more people would get out the car and travel by train.
And for the complete facilities check, I got the urge to go to the toilet. No, not to actually wee, but just to see if they'd been refurbished too.
The toilet is, I think it's the same. I don't think this is the same from when it was Greater Anglia. Is it? Help me out here, YouTube. Let's go super wide. Is this toilet the same? I think it is. Or have they upgraded it? I can't tell.
As some passengers amused themselves in a way that also seemed like a nostalgic throwback, we then discovered that we may have made a miscalculation earlier.
You miscounted earlier.
I somehow added 10 whole seats.
So earlier in the video, everyone is screaming, going, but a Mark III only has 48 seats, and somehow you said 58.
Yep.
So what's 48 times 6? Quick!
Less than 300 and something.
It's on screen now. Arm out of window, and nice. You made it, Paul.
I made it.
We're at Piccadilly, still loving the livery. It just looks. It just looks. Don't know who that was. It just looks good. It looks good. Thanks, Mark.
You're welcome.
You're brilliant. Thank you so much. Great trip. Great trip.
Thank you.
All right.
This is a Crew Electric depot plaque, and it was allocated to Circon Electric locos, mainly during the 80s and 90s, but we thought we'd bring it along. It's not allocated to an 87, 87 is allocated to Willesden, but we thought we'd bring it along because it's an electric, and that's what it is right here.
Where did you get it from?
I actually got it from the Severn Valley Diesel Gala. It's not a real one, it's a replica, made of resin, but it does the job. It's same size. And yeah.
And you've been having your photo taken with
we basically all we've done it for the past 4 weeks now.
All right. Are you all friends? Do you know each other?
Yeah.
Right, well, come on, let's get a photo of all of you.
Let's get it. This is flailing.
In a minute, hang on a minute.
It's appreciating the thrash of the locomotive.
Yeah, right, it is. Ready? 3, 2. My lord.
Nice. 77.
How was your trip?
It was very good, very good. I had it from took it from International all the way to Manchester. Very good, smooth. Great to get behind the 87. Great to get on a Mark III. So yeah, fantastic.
The train departs Piccadilly to go back to where it's stored at Crewe.
So if you want to ride this train, the good news is I wrote today because I thought today was the last time it was running, but just this week they put out on their social media that they're going to continue it, and you can ride this train, I believe, now up until the first week of December. Link in the description if you want to go on, buy yourself a ticket either from the Crewe down to London Run, or do this journey as I just did, the London up to Manchester. It is only one way, and there's no last train home, so I'm now staying the weekend in Manchester. Paul, what did you make of it?
Absolutely loved it. A great trip down memory lane.
Nostalgic memories for you?
Super nostalgic. That's a train of my childhood. I loved it. So glad I did it.
You were telling me you used to play truant, skip school, so that you could catch trains on the West Coast Main Line. That's outrageous.
That's absolutely true, and I hope my parents don't see this. They knew I skipped school once. They didn't know that I did it about 10, 12, 20 times. I used to come down, I used to come and bash the Class 87 and Mark III local hauled stuff way back when I was a teenager. So this really is a trip down memory lane. Not always good memories, but memories nonetheless.
Go and watch Paul's channel. Could you ask YouTube to like and subscribe to me as well?
Please like and subscribe and leave a great comment on Jeff's video.
Thanks very much. Bye everyone.
Bye.